for yourself today?
Today was a good day. Today was a good day. I caught a short in the Dow uh, from pretty much the high of this move and held most of it or half of the position down to the low. Pretty good day overall. I've been TopStep X API is out now, so I've been working with ChatGPT, my developer, to
Okay.
code
Okay.
some stuff, and that was one of the trades that we caught today. So it was a good day. Good day. How was yours?
It was not too bad. Not too bad. Last night was a roller coaster. I was down like $2,800, $200 for my DLL, and came back all the way.
I
And
saw that.
I finished the day up like $400.
Nice
So
recovery. Nice recovery.
yeah, not too bad. Let's see if we could. I know chat your chart. Yeah, it's always. Let's see.
It's always blurry.
It's always
I'll zoom
blurry.
in. How about that? I'll zoom in and make it 200%. Maybe it's a
That
little clearer
looks,
that way.
yeah, that looks way better. That looks
All right.
cleaner. That looks cleaner.
There we
But
go.
just get to it. I don't see the Nightbot in the chat, man. I don't know what it is. Nightbot just shows up whenever it wants to.
Slacking on his job.
Slacking, always slacking. Um, yeah, let me just go through and get that risk disclosure myself. Give me a moment.
Take your own trades, ladies and gentlemen. Take your own trades.
Yep, there it is. There's that YouTube in the YouTube chat. Top step risk disclosure. We know this is for educational purposes only, not a signals class, not financial advice. Let's get to it. What a freaking day in this market. I'm looking at the daily chart and more consolidation here today. I mean, we're extending the range to the downside. We didn't have a. Would you consider this? I don't consider this. Maybe you can look at this and say, is this a clear breakdown, a clear reversal? I don't know. I know we was talking about this a little bit earlier, looking at maybe an expanding, megaphone pattern. We went down to the bottom of it, and that was interesting when I took that short, I think on Monday, right? And sure enough, we went right back down to the bottom. We tested it. This is the area that I was looking for this market to go and retreat, maybe 21,000 evens. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, we're kind of like in a wait and see mode, right? Even though we're
Yeah.
seeing a lot of volatility. Zooming in on the hourly chart, we could see it a lot more. I know Dobie talked about it a little bit, and this, up here is where I took my first short on Monday, and it worked out really well. And then today we went and we tested to the bottom end. Now these are zones. It's not an exact. My question now is, are we going to find buyers and push back up right to the middle, maybe 21,300? Are we going to find buyers for a pullback and look for an area of resistance? Or are we going to actually break through this and maybe we run and test 21,000? Maybe we come down a little bit lower, 20,900s. I don't know. I heard that the bond auction or whatever caused this sell-off. When I checked the markets this morning, we were having a nice rally. I'm like, all right, here we go. Rally's continuing, buying the dip. And I checked it an hour later before I got on air, and we're freaking down 300 points. So
Sell everything.
I know. What do you take of this market?
Still somewhat in balance. If we look at a weekly chart, we're still inside of last week's range. Pretty small weekly range so far. But if we look at the weekly, we have an upward candle consolidation, upward candle consolidation. So is this just a measured move, kind of pullback so far on the week in the Nasdaq? We have a last 2 weeks ago was 680 points. The range right now for the weekly is about 500. So I wouldn't be surprised if a little bit more of a pullback down to around 50% of this range for the weekly. But yeah,
I mean, it makes
we will
sense to
see.
me. I mean, what do we have? Today's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, going into Thursday night's price action. Looking for any data. I'm not seeing anything tonight, really. Bank of Japan speaker going into the early morning. London Euros session. We have a lot of news data out of German, right? Some French data. And then earlier in the morning, we have Fed Barkin speaking. Fed Barkin's going to be speaking early in the morning. But then we have the U.S. initial jobless claims. So maybe we can start seeing some movement from jobless claims and some more Fed speakers. I mean, Fed speakers all the time. But other than that, I think that's the main thing. Just jobless claims and then kind of a smooth sailing into the end of the week, unless we have a headline, right?
Order filled.
A Trump tweet that could stir things up. I know Trump does not want this market to be going down at all. So maybe he's willing to say anything to bring it back up. I don't know.
Yeah, I do want to kind of watch I don't trade the bonds much, but the 30-year, look at the sell-off from this is last night's open in the 30-year bonds. And before that,
Order
we were
filled.
down about 1%. And just talking to all the people who have much more knowledge about trading the bonds than I do, they're not supposed to move like this. So, I'm watching it. I don't know that I'll place a trade in the bonds tonight, but just kind of watching this as we are kind of pushing towards lows of the year in the 30-year.
I mean, bonds were selling, market was rallying, and then that happened, right?
Yep. Yes, it did. You seeing a trade tonight?
It's hard. I kind of want to just buy this, but not yet, man. I've been
Yeah.
looking at gold a little bit more. I don't know. Do you see anything tonight before we keep going through this?
Let's see. Not right now. Not yet. Maybe a long in gold. Yeah, maybe a long in gold. Doesn't look terrible. We're on the 30-minute chart here. Here's the open so far. Kind of hanging out at the high of that open. Yeah, I don't hate longs in gold here. Risk at 33.19.
Okay.
I know we've been getting this kind of spike of volume at 8 p.m. Central.
I know.
But I don't hate longs in gold here.
I mean, we did fill the gap, basically. We got up to, well, 28, 29 tonight. I'm looking at the hourly chart. We could see another push up to 33.50.
Yeah, I'm looking at 33, 33.36, 33.35 as a target up here. But yeah, it looks pretty good to the upside. Let me see something here. Yeah, I like longs in gold.
Chat's liking longs in gold as well, man. We'll watch it. We get a spike at the top of the hour, right in about 20 minutes right now. Let's go through. I'm not seeing much on anything else. Nasdaq is. Let me switch over back to my charts. I'll show chat what I'm looking at in the Nasdaq. I mean, if traders are in still buy the dip mode, I mean, look at this. We had that big sell-off. Now we're starting to consolidate for the past 3-4 hours. And so is this just kind of a pause before a continuation, or are we going to get that bounce? This is just a decision zone, and it lines up very similar to where we were on low of May 19th. May 19th low. So I don't know. I think sitting on my hands might be the best option. Maybe we could just zoom in and find some scalps like I was trying to look for during fast or power hour with David Green. Not too enticed, and I'm zooming in on the 5-minute, and yeah, it looks as choppy as it gets, right?
Yeah,
range spikes, every little spike up has been sold off, and every sell off has been bought up, and it's just going back and forth. So maybe gold might be the place to be, but it's not.
You know what the real place to be is, Dakota? You know what the real place to be?
The Bahamas.
Yes, but micro Bitcoin.
Micro Bitcoin. Okay. Let's take a look at some micro Bitcoin. Yeah, that's been volatile, huh?
Yes, it has been. I mean, spot Bitcoin just making all-time highs, and we can trade the futures here. And the futures haven't hit an all-time high yet, but it is. I think it has all the attention right now. Money coming out of bonds. They got to find somewhere else to put it, and Bitcoin seems like it makes sense right now.
The futures is what, 11 to 450? Yeah, looking like it.
Yep. Yeah, that's where it is.
How do you trade Bitcoin though, man? I know technicals could be around the same on any market. It's so volatile. What was it, like a dollar a tick?
Technicals are the same. Yeah, what is it? 50 cents a tick. 50 cents a tick.
Okay. All right, let's measure that. So 1,000 ticks right there on that little sell-off. Oh, it's 50 cents. That's like a $500 move. And if you buy 10 of them, you basically own a Bitcoin, right?
Yep. Pretty much. All right. Jay Strizzy is, I think,
Order filled.
Competition with himself to see how quickly he can get muted on a Top Step stream.
Oh, he was there the other
Jay
night.
Strizzy. He was there during fast markets. It's like an interesting game that you play. I guess whatever you choose to do for your own entertainment. But it's go do something else. Am I taking that long on gold? Not yet. I do still like it, kind of where it is right now. Kind of hanging out. VWAP test here. You know what? Jay Strizzy, we appreciate it. If you're still here, I know you got muted, but we appreciate the view. It adds one every single time. So make sure you hit that thumbs up button, not the thumbs down. Do what you do.
You just gotta laugh, man. That's all you could do.
100%.
They do it for the attention. You know that.
I am long micro gold. Oh, whoa, hold on a second. No, I'm long micro Nasdaq. Make sure your charts are linked.
You bought the Nasdaq, man.
Yeah, I was doing it. Yeah, all right. Let's get these on the right charts. All right, here we go. Micro gold now.
There we go.
And I clicked the button to get in long, and I'd be long at 23, but I accidentally bought the Nasdaq.
Whoops. I like the longs, man.
Yep.
I like the longs.
Yeah.
Go test this. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait for the top of the hour, and then if we get that spike of volatility, then I'll look for some scalps. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Anybody, like I said, I posted my Twitter, my Twix account right there in the YouTube. If you ever want me to share anything here on slow markets, do that hashtag slow markets, whether it's a trade that you're taking tonight, overnight. I know Top Step's been doing trader setups, anything. There's some good stuff. Nothing inappropriate though. Speaking of inappropriate, Jay. Okay. Last night we had a fun poll. I want to know your thoughts because definitely I would consider having you join me. On Let me get my thoughts straight, okay? Because sometimes the way I say things might not be the way that my brain processes it. And
just remember, the internet is forever, Dakota.
the internet's forever, so I got to make sure what I say is very, very clear. And the way, well, yeah. But anyway, there's a series that I want to do. I'm talking with Danielle. I'm talking with the team. I'm trying to figure it out myself. And I'm curious, maybe would you want to do it with me? I don't know if it's going to be next month, in a couple months. But have you ever watched? I mean, I think a better example. I was going to use Naked and Afraid, right, where they just drop them off in the wilderness and they survive. But going to some random location, maybe a random country, maybe a city, and only living off of what we make from trading for a period of time, right? Maybe, yeah, naked in a trade. Naked in a trade.
Yeah. I mean, I heard you talking about it a little bit yesterday. I wasn't in the full session, but I heard you mention it. I think it would be interesting, man. Like you said, random country. I don't know if I would do a random country. I probably want to stay in the U.S. If I was going to do that. But it's not a bad idea. I think let's pick a city and figure it out. But
Yeah.
It's how long are we talking?
I thought like a week, man. Just like at first, like I'm thinking of it as like it's a series, right? You go, episode 1, season 1, episode 1, and we could do like 7 series or 7 episodes, 7 days long. Next one could be I don't know, try and do it for 2 weeks. I mean, it's so rough. I was just brainstorming last night with the chat.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea.
Order filled.
We send a film crew with us and record the whole thing. I think it'd be pretty cool. Chris Berg says I think it needs to be a month.
I mean, I agree. I think we could build up to a month, right? Like just understanding, we got to make sure like the rules, understand how to like film it, how to post, what we're gonna be doing. Because I mean, you see them do it all the time. There's so many examples online that you watch where it's like, all right, this cost this, maybe doing the budget, trying to. There's one where the guy. He went from like coast to coast, and he lived off of like whatever he could make by flipping cars. I don't know how realistic that was, or flipping, or doing these different things. But I think would be an amazing like opportunity to give traders example. Like, okay, here's like a guy or 2 guys or actually day traders that can do this, and they are living off of their day trading. I don't know. I think it's a great idea. We'll see how it folds out. I don't mind.
It's interesting for sure. I think we can plan it out. The chat is going crazy. So we are not going to call it naked. We are not going to call it naked in a trade because I mean, I love you, Dakota, but
No,
I wouldn't be doing that with you. No. Yeah, but it's a good idea. It's a good idea. And CFA comment of the day: 1,400 people in here, 47 likes. You all need to be ashamed of yourself. I didn't like it either, so I'm ashamed a little bit. But let's get those likes up if we can. Pump those numbers up. It's rookie numbers.
Chat. We could have our charts naked, but that's about it. And there's the Nightbot pumping an Instagram.
All right. This is what we talk about when the markets really aren't doing anything. So
Waiting.
A couple minutes for some volatility in gold potentially here. It's about 10 minutes or so. Scanning to see if there's anything else going on, but not a whole lot.
Am I mean to Nightbot, Alex? Yeah, I am. Always late. Never on time. And we need to. Speaking of awkward silence, let's get some music.
There we go. Now the market's gonna move.
Yeah, let me know if it's too loud, chat.
Now the markets are going to move. You want fast markets tomorrow?
Yeah, with Baron.
Nice. Very nice. And then he's on for slow markets. I'm sure Baron is happy he did not short United Healthcare.
Why is that? You see what?
It's up like $50 from when he told Jack not to buy it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's trading above 300 now. Jack was talking about it in the 250s. I mean, this is not financial advice. Anytime Jack talks about a trade on Top Step TV, it's not financial advice. But I don't recall Jack talking about a losing stock trade, if I'm going to be honest.
I mean, yeah, neither do I. I thought United Health Group just crashed.
It did because of the investigation or whatever, but off the lows, it's been a pretty nice bounce.
Okay. It's still not as low as what it was.
Right. So, what is that? The S&P looks like it's moving before the Nasdaq is.
I'm watching on gold. We have 8 minutes left until we get to the top of the hour.
Eight minutes. Chat, you guys seen anything? Anyone in a trade currently? Dakota, with this API stuff coming out, would you ever consider automating any of your trading?
No, man. I've talked to a few people that's tried to get me to automate it, and it just there's a certain level of discretion that you just can't really automate.
Yeah, 100%. I've used some of Coach Roberts' automated stuff before, and it's you still have the human aspect of, am I going to let this bot place all my trades, right? Some people think it's just turning on the buy and it makes you $1 billion, but you still got to decide what market conditions it's best for. So I don't know that I would ever fully automate either, but an indicator of what I'm looking at I think is helpful. Alex, I'm gonna drop the J trade indicator as soon as it's ready. It's not ready yet, but it's close. It is close. CJ says I'm thinking of shorting Bitcoin. It could work. That's a tough trade to take. That is a tough trade to take. Dakota Ab wants to know if we still do trade reviews.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while. Maybe if we don't get much volatility tonight here, maybe we could do it. You're long gold, right?
No, I clicked the wrong button. I clicked the Nasdaq button instead of gold. So I would be long from 33s. I do like this trade all the way up to 36 at least. So I'm trying to decide whether or not it's worth it to get in. But I'm gonna wait for this potential volume spike in 5 minutes.
Okay.
But yeah, I want to be long gold. Want to be long gold. The idea with travel is great and can one more time benefit Top Step showing international presence. Only advice to have private security with you. Yeah.
Yeah. There's. We'll see about international travel.
Yeah, we'll do it like Survivor, right? We'll act like we're struggling when the cameras are on, and then you turn off the camera, you just go sleep in a hotel. It's like, oh, I only made enough money for a dollar menu, and then you turn off the cameras and it's like steak dinners.
Yeah, I know. We'd have to make sure it's on the up and up. None of that.
Right.
It's like I'm gonna be living in my car as soon as the camera turns off. Yeah, just go to a 5-star hotel. Screw this.
Who are your favorite traders, famous or not? That's a good question. Paul Tudor Jones. Ian Dunlap with Earn Your Leisure. I think he's a pretty smart dude. Dakota.
Yeah, I'm not sure, man. Are you asking me?
That was a question in the chat.
Oh,
It's from
okay.
Stephen L.
Peter Brandt. The guy that wrote The Biggest Loser Wins. What's his name?
Tom Hugard.
Tom Hugard. He's probably the one I would say my favorite trader. That's a day trader.
Oh, we knew that was coming, Richard Harris. We knew that was coming. We've given him credit on the show a bunch of times. Got to give credit where credit is due. From what I can see on the stream.
I agree.
Pretty
Yeah,
good.
there's always credit, but the thing is, I'm gonna bite my tongue down on that one.
Just gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that.
Affiliate marketers are a dime a dozen, man.
Next question.
Yep.
Call the show barely making it. 7 days, 3 trades a day, 1 micro each. See who can last.
Barely making it. Only shorting the markets. I think what about just the day trader? The day trader.
I like that name.
Just the day trader. We got 2 minutes left. See a spike in volatility. The nomad
Traders
day
asking
trader.
Okay. Give us some names in the chat. Give us some thoughts. What about the Nikkei? Looking at the Nikkei at all, Dakota?
No, not lately.
Smooth says you guys need to put something on the line. We're putting our life on the line.
I know. Yeah. Well, it's if I'm going to do it, Jay, it's definitely going to be one where I'm not going to be one of those guys where it's, if I don't know. There's so many ways we could do it, and if I don't make money, then it's going to be miserable, and I don't think I'm going to be able to. Yeah, then that's why I'm wondering, like, man, we'll see. I think there's
do you
a
at
lot of
least
ways.
get to start with some type of shelter, right? Can we like start with a car?
Yeah, I think what it's going to be is my first mind was like, hey, here's $25,000 balance, right? That's as much as what you typically would do for a day trader. And I track the expenses, track the daily P&L, and then at the end of the week, we go over the expenses and see if it was a net profit or net loss and see if I actually paid for it at first.
Okay.
Right? Where it's not going to be a situation where like, all right, I didn't make any money, so I'm sleeping in my car. Not yet. Not yet. Maybe in the future, like after a little bit, like okay, we're going a one-way ticket to Alaska, and I need to find my way back only trading, right? Then that would be a little bit different. So I think there's so many different ways and styles that I think can be done. I think just the first one is just a demonstration of, okay, let's pick somewhere in the world that has internet. I'm going to purchase a round trip, right? And I'm going to track everything. And it might be a little bit boring as compared to like, okay, we're going to only trade and live off of what we make. If we don't make any money, we're not going to eat. That's a little extreme for the first one. But if we have Starlink, right, you could be anywhere. I get attacked by a polar bear. Series ends. Because it could be as boring as, hey, Monday morning, first day, I make 2,000. That covers all my expenses. I don't trade for the rest of the week. Right? And I just enjoy myself.
Right.
I just don't trade. Naked in a trade. Yeah. All right, here we go. Top
All
hour.
right, I'm long. Oh man, this dude keeps making the wrong trades. Bought big gold instead of micros. All right, took that off.
You're
Get
going
it
for the
together, Jay.
minis. You're going
Get
for
it together.
Jay. You're going for it.
Get it together. That was 4 minis. All right, I'm gonna stop. I've made 2 mistakes already, so I'm gonna chill out for a little bit. It's been a long day. I was on fast markets this morning. Just got done doing a class with Coach Ray. Did at the buzzer. Did this. So I'm gonna take a step back for a little bit. Take my hand off the mouse before we make another bad decision.
Yeah. Trading around America. How about trading around the world?
Traders in transit.
Traders. Oh, that's a good
Ramon
one.
says gold short. Let's hold it up at VWAP right here. Let's see. Looking like some decent volume came in there. All right, this is that first 3-minute candle. Can we get a day in a life with you two? Maybe.
Maybe. We are going to
Maybe.
Chicago, right, Jay?
That's the maybe.
Yeah, well, Baron already kind of spilled the beans, but
Yeah.
no dates
the
yet,
maybe.
no timelines. Just that's gonna be. I mean, we have the studio being built in Chicago.
Yes, we do.
Heck yes, I'm going.
Yes, we do. Why did you guys wait till the top of the hour? Steven, good question. So look at the volume spike that just happened at looking at this 3-minute candle on my chart here. This spike of volume happens almost every day at this time because of this Shanghai exchange opening up. So just waiting for that because that volume can do anything. If you saw a trade based on a price basis and you want to take it, great. But I don't want to be in this random injection of liquidity because it could go. We've seen this run 20 points in that 3-minute candle. So
I was in it while it ran last night, man.
yeah,
It was one heck of a whipsaw where we spiked up and then right back down and then right back up, and it kept going. And it was down at 3,300, and we're up at my target of these 3320s, 28. Right, we hit 28. So just waiting, being patient. What do you do when you're not trading, Jay?
go to the gym, go outside, walk my dog,
Eat.
go to restaurants, eat food.
Normal life. That's why
yeah,
I
it's
know.
normal life.
I know. I've got some requests to do a day in the life. I'm like, it's just like normal life. It's not like the Mr. and Mrs. Smith, what the affiliate marketers are like selling everybody, because that's not the
Right.
reality, right? It's like, okay, what are we gonna do now? We're going to go see a movie. We might go. Yeah, it's not. It's just like everybody else in the chat. Same life.
All right, I am long micro gold again. Micros this time. Took the right contract. Risk is going to be below 33.21. Long 4 micros from 27.20. Looking for a target of 33.36. Nasdaq is starting to move here, Dakota. I don't know if you see this.
Let's see. I'm watching gold with you, Jay. Yeah, Nasdaq
Okay.
is. Yeah, let's focus on gold. I'm gonna focus on gold. Good trade. You're in it. You're in it to win it.
Yeah, this is that general spot. It never. So I got kind of a signal to go along a little bit earlier. The stop on that one was below 33, and it never got down there even on that spike of volume. So that's why I'm a little bit more aggressive just taking this one because it looks like this area is kind of holding up here. You can see we're kind of making higher lows on this 3-minute chart. So as long as we continue to do that, why 33.36? Let's zoom out and go to a daily chart. I think it's on. Yeah, I'm looking at this daily candle right here, and the wick on this daily candle. About halfway through that wick is 33.37. So that's my target.
Got it. I'm gonna wait for things to shake out just a little bit, and then I thought I was gonna look to buy at those 27s. You're in from what price? 27.2?
27.2, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm bullish this market right now. Coach Paul and I were talking about on At the Buzzer, the sell-off that we had for 2 weeks was that the end of the trend in gold, but it held some technical levels, right? It came down, held the 50-day moving average, which it's done for the past 2 years, and had a pretty strong bounce off of it. So if I'm going to lose money trading gold, I'm okay losing money to the long side.
Order filled.
I'm just gonna be patient and wait. Just patient and wait. I'm not gonna hop into anything. Nasdaq's starting to sell off again. It's just one of those. We had that nice bounce, and now we are selling off a little bit. I'm gonna keep it on your chart since you're in a trade, and I'm gonna be patient and wait. And I'm gonna watch this gold rally without me. Yep. What was your target? Because we're pushing through those 30s.
36. Yeah, 36 is the target on this. Yeah, 33, 36. Pushing through the 30s right now. I would. I mean, if this wants to just continue to run, I'm going to manage at 36. I'm not just going to take it off.
Okay.
But we'll see here. My charts are still blurry. Just zoomed in and blurry. It's okay, guys. I'm calling out the prices, right, for all of our.
Let's see if I can.
30,
I don't think I can make it
27,
anywhere. Let's.
if it's just zoomed in and blurry, I'm going to zoom out because I feel like I'm reading my grandpa's phone right now with the text like
Okay.
100 times bigger.
I'm gonna let's try something here, Jay. Let's see if I could if you could reshare, and I'm going to try and. Okay, try now. Now, if we could reshare.
Want me to reshare? I got you.
Yeah, please.
Talk to X. Share. Oh, I shared it to the wrong link.
Okay.
Let's try that one more time.
Amazing gold trade.
All right, there we go. Now it's shared.
All right, let's cross our fingers here. Cross our fingers. And
Order filled.
Same thing.
yeah, I don't know what the heck it is, man. Let's. I don't know. That's so weird.
I wish I made that 4 mini mistake on this trade. That would be
Yeah,
nice.
well, you should have. You should just 4 minutes all in. But let me try something else.
See if we get some continuation on this.
I'm gonna get
I
this.
want
right.
to see this hold. Want to see this hold. This high right here. It's kind of pivot. Was resistance. Want to see it become support. Yeah, Dan, it's the same monitor that I always use.
No, we're
same
gonna
monitor.
get this right. I'm getting this right, 100%. Give me like 2 seconds. I trained for this. And then if I completely fail, this is more difficult than trading. Okay.
Yeah, it really is though. It really is. Every time I'm running at the buzzer, I'm like, oh man, I need to get the production right. You know,
How's that, chat?
especially
How's that?
how's that, chat? Better.
Good. Yes, there we go. There we go.
There we
That's
go.
Beautiful. Way better.
Lifted Trader says, what surprised me most about the NBA playoffs? The Lakers winning 1 game. I didn't expect them to win that series, but I did not expect them to win 1 game either. Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Or the Knicks winning.
Order filled.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either.
They're both
I did
up
not
there
expect
too,
them-
man.
Yeah. The Knicks probably should not have won that series.
Mhm.
But Jason Tatum did get hurt, and they're winning right now. Knicks up 7 going into the half. Let's go Knicks.
Your gold trade's looking good. I have no reason to get in yet. We got
Order filled.
a couple pullbacks, but not
Order
enough.
filled.
Going around Nasdaq, a lot of nothing.
Am I going to a Knicks game if they make the finals? That ticket is crazy. I don't know, and it's crazy for Eastern Conference Finals games. We'll see. I might go to the Garden. I don't know if I'll go in the Garden.
Order
Sometimes it looks
filled.
like more fun, honestly, watching outside.
Is it really?
Those fans. I mean, I probably wouldn't be out there.
Order filled.
With the crazy fans out there, but I might just go hang out in the city.
Too old.
And yeah, we'll see. Aren't those tickets? Yeah, those tickets are like the tickets right now are. I think it's $1,000 to get in the door.
Are you serious? Even like on the nosebleeds?
$1,000 to get in the door.
Why?
Right. So, could you imagine what the finals tickets are going to be? And it's because it's New York, right? One of my friends who is doing a residency in Michigan right now, he went to a Pistons game, and I think he paid $300 for 200 level seats at the Pistons game. That same seat at Madison Square Garden would have been like $4,000. So
Wow.
it's crazy to watch a basketball game, right? And it's the moment. It's New York.
Order
first time in the
filled.
Finals in however long, but it's just like then you go to the game and if it's a 40-point blowout, I'm gonna want my money back, and no one's gonna give it to me. So I don't know about that.
I don't think I'll ever buy a ticket like that. I think I'm fine
No.
watching from the comfort of like a house where you could just
Yep.
cook dinner, eat what you want, drink. You could get up and use the bathroom without dealing with people, and then you don't have to fight for parking or leading to the parking lot. Let's get that music back on.
Cut from above says I can teach you how to sneak in the garden. Could you imagine? Or I could just get I'll have the Top Step team print up
Order filled.
like a press pass, right? It's like I'm here reporting from Top Step TV.
Oh, there you go. There
Just
you go.
in
Yeah.
The press entrance.
Yeah. That's
All right, cool. Let's get above these 31s here.
Order filled.
Daily.
Order filled.
nothing on my end either, man.
Order
Market's
filled.
super slow.
Yeah, they are. Nasdaq looked like it wanted to break
It did.
up for a second. It's kind of holding these 200s.
Gold struggling to get over that 31.3.
Yep. Still like this trade. If we start getting back under 26, then maybe I'd think about cutting it a little bit. See, what I'm looking at here is from this volume. Okay, no, this is good. This is good. This is fine. This is all right. Trying to think if I could add to this at all.
Adding to the shorts.
It's too long.
Yeah, I'm thinking about shorting gold, but
Yeah. we did just kind of getting a 3-bar reversal right now, right?
Yeah. Hoop says need to find a way into Bitcoin.
Just buy it. Look at it tomorrow. It's not financial advice.
Yeah, Bitcoin's an interesting one. I'm not going to trade it though. I'm just going to focus on the one I know.
I just added another 4 contracts there, so I'm long 8 now.
Okay.
8 micros. Let's see if we can get another push here. GC filled a gap just now. What gap?
Order filled.
Which gap are we talking about? This one? Oh, yeah. What was that, from May 9th? Yep, just kind of filled that gap. Yeah, May 11th gap. Yeah, just did for the first time in a long time. Let's see if we can hold above it now. Let's see. As long as this trade holds above 32, 26 half, I'm good with it. Everyone's saying short gold. Should I be shorting gold right now? Am I blind?
I don't know, man.
I'm not seeing it.
It's going up, so you're in the right position right now.
Order filled.
Micro Bitcoin. I just got a maybe a potential short here in Bitcoin.
Do you see Bitcoin and gold going in the same direction?
I don't know if they're really correlated that way. I haven't paid attention to that. Shout out to that correlation matrix that Hogue always shares. I'm taking a look at it right now and seeing if you're in the chat and you're curious about what I'm looking at. Just posted a link in the chat for that correlation matrix. But
order filled.
I don't know if they're correlated though. Bitcoin only goes up.
Bitcoin only goes up.
I guess gold kind of did for 2 years also, so maybe they are correlated.
Gold, yeah, keeps going up.
Now, management of this gold trade, we're coming up to that 36s, where at this point, I don't know that this trade needs to be
order filled.
So what I'm going to do, I take 4 of those contracts that I just added, and we're going to get out of 4 of them at 33.30 if we get back down there. Or I could just take 2 off right now and leave my risk where it is. All right, I'm just going to take 2 off and move that. Ever check out the correlation tool in Quantower? Yes, I have. Yep. Yeah. It's pretty good. Shorting micro Bitcoin seems like a pretty good trade right here also.
I'm short the Nasdaq.
Order filled.
Are you? Nice. What price?
I got in right here. 88 quarter.
Okay.
We need that sell-off music now.
Soundtrack to a sell-off. I'm short 2 micro Bitcoin also. I may add to that. Figure out where the risk needs to go. 110.9.
Not too bad. Not too bad for a trade so far.
That Nasdaq trade, yeah, it's nice. VWAP's all the way down at 160.
Ooh,
that would be nice.
Nice little flush.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, this brings us back to Monday, man. Where are you at? I need to just on
keeps
stream all
happening.
the time.
It keeps happening. Keeps happening. Can you call it a classic if it happens every time? Call it consistent after that.
I'm looking for settlement, chat.
Let's see with gold here. I'm going to take 2 more off in this micro gold trade just because we're getting up towards that target. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Gold's just pumping now.
All right, we are getting up towards those 36s. Like I said, I'm not just going to take it off, but I will manage. So I'm out 2 at 35. If we tag that, out another 2 there. This position does not need to be a loser at any point. So break even on the rest, and we'll just let it go. Coming up to a 2-to-1 target on my trade here, up at 37.5.
Gold is going.
Yeah, this thing is just got the zoomies right now.
Wow.
All right, that is a 2-to-1 right there. Let's just manage, be smart about it. Take another 2 off if we break the low of that candle.
Great trade.
Would you trail this the same way you showed on at the buzzer? Yeah, so if this candle closes at the highs, I'll trail it exactly the same way. So I'll show you what that looks like.
Just watch it keep going up, man.
Don't think, just let it go. How come you do not move your CYA to break even, just above break even? I've already covered the cost of this trade. Right, I did that by scaling out. I was in 8, took 4 off, and I have another 2 to take off. So if these last 2, hit a, is it worth it to put it a tick above to cover, commissions? It's easy to hit the break even button. All right. I mean, can we go get this wick on this daily candle up here? Can we go get 30?
Order filled.
Top gun.
Scaling out is confusing.
You don't have to do it though. You don't have to scale out.
Nope.
Let's see people think about futures.
All right, so here we go. This 3-minute candle, pretty strong candle here. Now my stop was at the low of it. What I'm going to do is put my stop below 50% of this now. So I want to give this 50% the room to hold. If it comes back and holds, then good. The other 2, I'll move up as well. I don't need to take a break even on this. If it comes back to my entry, I can always get back in if I like the trade.
No, this is
All
cool.
right, and shout out. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Hogue shared this. Let me show my charts. Not Hogue. Hoop. Coach Hoops shared this. The Hong Kong opens in T-minus 5 minutes.
Interesting. Let's hope they come in and keep buying gold.
Let's hope they come in and sell the Nasdaq.
Sell the Nasdaq, right? How many you on 1?
1.
Nice.
And tighten up my stop. Tighten up to CYA. I might just get out of this one, Jay.
Yeah, kind of hanging out where your entry was. I think if your stop is above 90, stop is above 200, I think, kind of major spike level, we haven't seen any buying above that. You could go 202s, but yeah, I kind of see what you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm just going to get out. Wait.
Hesitate a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And your gold trade is cooking.
Cooking. Micro Bitcoin trade. I probably could have gotten a little bit more size there, but it's already going as well. The target on this one is going to be 109.4. Mm. 109.150.
What was the timer? The timer was the countdown to the Hong Kong Open. So we'll see if gold pumps. Let's see if we get a little bit of a market volatility other than what Jay has already collected in gold. Oh, man, I can't even move. I'm not growing a mustache. I just haven't shaved, and I am so sore.
Too much boxing?
Too much boxing. Too much pushing my body.
MMM says the nice thing about slow markets, they're slow. Bad thing is they don't move enough. I mean, look at this gold. I would say this is a pretty nice move in gold.
Yeah.
The equities moved right before we got on here. Right, look at 8 p.m. Eastern time in the equities. We got a nice move there.
Rex says, "What am I trading for? I promised myself I'll get down to 10 to 12% body fat, and it's been. I don't want to just cut, right? Because you cut and then you just become this skinny dude. I want to do it the right way, just because I don't want to lose weight per se, but fat's what I'm going for. Just being healthier. I've been boxing for since I can remember.
All right, trailing a little bit more here. That last candle that we had, go below that low. Just take a couple more bucks on this if we close back. And then if this 3-minute candle is strong again, I'll do the same thing. Find out where 50% of it is, put my stop below that, and try to keep trailing this. Right now, I'm looking for 33.50s on this trade. What's the time of the opening range candle you use on gold? So for this, we use that 9 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. Central, because of that Shanghai exchange open, right? We can see, look at the volume spikes. Normally, we can look at, this candle here, but I used this one because it was the higher volume and anchored from there. Why did I have a long bias? We got a volume spike. View up, left that volume spike to the upside. And on a higher
Order
range,
filled.
if I zoom out on a daily, this is a market that's in an uptrend.
Yep. And we hit those 40s.
Yep. Did you cut that short?
Yeah, I'm flat. I'm flat.
You flat?
Yep.
I just realized I was talking on mute. Because I'm going to manage this like I had a bigger position on, and this is the way I would trade this. My stop is
Order
I'm just
filled.
going to split this position up a little bit because we're in an area where we could reject. So just splitting that up there. Here's that Hong Kong open, right?
Yep. Right now. Let's see if we get some volatility here. Gold gonna push and break new highs. Nasdaq pushing a little bit lower. These markets, there's not really much going on.
Yeah. Would you get back into that trade?
No, I think that's fine. Look at gold pushing. I've been waiting for an opportunity to buy gold, but we didn't even really get a pullback, right? It's just been
No, we really didn't.
straight up.
There was one quick one, but yeah, there's been one red 3-minute candle since 8 p.m. It was kind of tough to get into. I'm going to cut that micro Bitcoin trade because there's no reason to be short Bitcoin right now. I don't care if it's a pullback. I'm going to take that off. Copper is going to all the metals moving right now. Platinum is rallying.
Getting a little bit of pullback in gold. I want to see a much deeper one.
Yeah, maybe back to 33. Maybe back to 33.
Maybe, yeah. And then
How much room are you still seeing to the upside in gold?
350. 350s.
350s,
yeah. And then I'm checking it back on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq's just been kind of in a channel, but going up to the right in the channel. So just kind of hanging out, staying away from that. We have U.S. jobless claims tomorrow. So, and after a big move today in the markets, kind of not too inclined to jump in.
Mohammed Omer saying gold is in a supply zone. Is it good for shorts? If it fits your strategy, yeah. I'm not opposed to selling here, right? You can see me scaling out. I'm selling as well because I'm thinking about how much room is left. I don't know if it's enough to take a short, but I could see it.
Order filled.
So if you have a playbook that fits it, take the trade. I just got tagged out of 2 of those. Let's see what happens at these 35s.
Yeah. Why are we showing? We're watching Jay's screen. Jay's in a trade, so I'm sharing his screen while we watch it. I'm not in a trade. Gold 380. I see gold 350.
Yeah, I would love 380s, but we got to get to 350s first.
Yeah. Yep. I see no reason to short this yet. You're in a great position, man. You're in 2 still?
Oh, yeah, still in 2.
Okay.
We still need 3,700 in gold. Yeah, we do.
4,000. Gold 4,000.
Kind of looks like it's flagging for another leg up here. Surprised the equities aren't moving on this. Like Andre did say earlier, checking that correlation matrix, it's not as correlated as we think it is. So I guess I should stop saying that.
You'd think, right? But
you would think, right? But it's not what's happening. It's funny. It's like one of those things where you just say it because it sounds like it makes sense, but when you look at the numbers, it's not what's going on.
I mean, sometimes they both go in the same direction. Sometimes they
Right?
go
Yeah, I
opposite.
was doing that earlier.
Yeah.
Yep.
They say the same thing with like Bitcoin and gold, right? Where they're like, Bitcoin and gold should be negative correlated, or they'd be positive correlated, or I stopped looking at correlations a while ago, a long time ago.
Yep. Trade the market you're trading.
Mm-hmm.
Did I enter long because I got continued volume? Yeah, I mean, look at this volume pattern in gold here, right? And I added to this trade because we had this spike of volume. We got it closed outside of it. VWAP's going with it as well. This is continuation. Now, the last thing I want to see is as we continue to push highs, this volume start to die out, which it's kind of doing right now. It's not, we're not going to get consistent candles of, high volume all the time. I just don't want to see it go to this, right? If the volume gets to this area here, I'm just going to cut the trade. I don't care what happens. But this is pretty consistent right now, so no reason to cut it yet. I have a question for you. How much do you pay attention to news when you're trading?
I like to make sure I'm aware of when big news or events are coming out. But when I'm actually trading, if there's not a big news events, like say we have a big news events in 30 minutes. Let's just, for example, I will not want to be in a trade going into it. But being aware of them is very important. I won't trade news. I won't be like, yeah, I'm going to go short into this position or into this news event, or I'm going to purposely have a trade open unless I'm already in a good position and have a stop loss basically already in the green.
Makes sense. Andrew says, as long as there isn't an inverse correlation between my position and the market movement, I'm fine.
That's the correlation that matters.
All right. Let's see. Slowing down is okay. Just don't want to see a reversal here. Geez, platinum is the market to trade. What is going on in platinum right now? It had a 5% update the other day, 2.5% today. Copper did something very similar to this, had a liquidation move and then gave it all back. So chart is just rallying. What is this?
Nasdaq's starting to sell off now.
Yeah, it is. It is. I can see a VWAP test here, but we do have these. You see those wicks I'm pretty sure you probably see them on the 5-minute chart in the Nasdaq. These two, whatever these spikes were, maybe resistance becoming support, but below that, 150.
Yeah, 150 was right around settlement is kind of where I was looking for, which, yeah, of course, I closed out early. I'm fine. I'm up $69.
Nice. Clip that up, put it on social media.
I know. Screenshot.
Screenshot it. Green on the screen.
Screenshot this. Green on the screen. Screenshot posted everywhere.
All right. Really nothing to do here in this trade right now. It's still in 2. Hasn't really given me a spot to manage this at all. Somebody said ugly chart colors. You must be a Celtics fan.
It's the Knicks, right?
Right. That's not why my charts are this color, but I just don't like red and green. Got PTSD with red and green. All right. Let's just take another one off here with this hesitation. And the last one, I'll get out below view up. So down to 1. Momentum slowed down just a little bit, so I'm okay taking some of the position off. I could always add back into it if it pulls back.
Super slow markets. It's tempting to short gold, I know, everybody, but what's the ticker for platinum?
PL. PL. Is the red line on your volume mean anything or not? Yeah, this red line on volume is showing the volume moving average. So what I'm paying attention to here is when volume is above this average. When volume is above this average, I want to be trading. When volume is below this average, for me personally, I don't want to be trading. If we look at the price action, when volume is below the average, this is chop zone. But once we start getting above that average is when we start getting some momentum. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of measuring these volume candles. How much volume does it take to get the market to move? So when we sit in the consolidation, I'm looking at, okay, if we're in this consolidation, the last time we got some price action, we got about 2,000 contracts in a 3-minute candle. So I'm starting to assume, okay,
Order
somewhere around
filled.
2,000 consistently, we should move. So that's how I'm using this average. Arctic Gill says blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. While you're over here making money in the trade.
That's okay.
Blah, blah.
The moving average is 20. I'll show you the settings real quick. It's not, as a default, it's not on the chart. But if you have the volume indicator, you go to, so moving average length is 20. If you go to style, you're going to check this volume moving average and then it adds it there. Oh, Arthur Gill says, not you guys.
How are we supposed to know, man?
Yeah, we only get the chat in segments, right?
Yeah.
You should do a class on volume. I did one for the 150K subscriber thing. We'll see whether or not all of those classes get released to the to everyone, right? Everyone had to sign up for the coach that they wanted, and you could have chose any coach at Top Step. All of the sessions were recorded, and I know those are emails are going to go out to the people who signed up for them. We'll see whether or not they get released to everyone, maybe at some point. I think it would be valuable, maybe not right away, just to incentivize, you signed up for this coach, but as coaches, we get to see them all. I stole some of the coded content.
Whatever. Oh, man.
Revax, no, I'm not. All right, let's keep trailing. But
There's a troll.
if you are, that's cool. If you are, that's cool. All right. We appreciate everyone.
Jinzo is a troll.
Jinzo.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Dakota trading. I'm trading Combine. I'm trading Combine. I lost my last XFA. Trading too aggressively.
It comes in the chat. It doesn't even know whose charts are who. Here, we can switch it to my charts. You can screenshot this one, Jinzo.
There you go. That is a live account, right?
Yeah, made enough for a dinner for 2.
Shout out to D getting called up to live.
Mm.
Getting called up to live
Yeah.
today. Love to see that. Wait, did you make $69 even?
On the dot, man. Not a penny less
Seriously?
or a penny more. No, that was exactly it.
That is skill right there.
Including commission.
That's skill right there. Yep.
Tom got
Show me another trade influencer that's doing that. Show me another trader on YouTube that's hitting targets. It's like when you go to the gas station and you
He feels better now.
double zeros.
Feels better now. Good. I'm glad you feel better. You should have tuned in last night too. You would have been on edge.
Monday night too, right? Monday night you trade
Yeah,
live.
Monday night too. Yeah, it's all been live accounts.
Is there a problem with you trading at a Combine, Dakota?
Apparently, I trade a combine when I'm locked out or I've locked myself out of my live account. Then I'll trade a combine to entertain these folks.
How does getting called up to live work? So Top Step changed the process recently, right? 5 payouts from XFA called up to live. Made it a much more simple process. If you hit an account balance before your 5 payouts, and they'll call you up also. But let's say you're just stacking days in a XFA. If you take 5 payouts, you will get called up to live.
Order filled.
What did you do to this chat? They're losing their marbles. We don't. We just show up.
Yeah, we just show up and trade.
We just show up. I'm trying to think if there's another spot to trail this, but there really isn't.
No. Nasdaq might look for a buy right here if we're gonna make another pivot high.
Held those 75s.
Yeah, yeah. This nice little trending market tonight. Higher low, higher low, higher low. This is possibly a higher low. As we see, possibly, maybe.
Platinum. Wow.
Let's see.
It's gonna be a great short whenever it's ready.
It's just going up, man. I think you could hit 1100.
Oh yeah, definitely. But look at platinum on a higher time. Look at a daily.
Okay, okay. So I'm at the 5 minute.
Yeah.
And let me go to daily. Yeah. Yeah.
Order
looks like it's
filled.
in the range.
Yep.
Is this
So
gonna be one of
it
those
is going to
spikes
fall
up to like 1150? It looks like it spiked up there on the January 2023. Then again, once or twice in May 2023. Then May 2024. So maybe this is one of those ripping rallies. But on the hourly chart, the sucker looks bullish.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it looks bullish. I don't want to just short it right away, especially with these last 3 days. There's some real volume behind this move too. But I just imagine a blow off top move coming, and then a pretty nice short, similar to what copper did a couple weeks ago.
NQ broke through that. Yeah, NQ's looking to return to settlement, I think. We tried to hold and we broke down. That short up there in those 80s were... No, I think I got 80. What? I don't know what I got. 88, 80 something.
Yeah, I think 88 you're in.
Yeah. And gold just doing its thing. Hasn't really had a pullback. It's just kind of chopping up and to the right.
Yeah, at this point, if gold pulls back, I don't know if I want to be in it. Yeah, I'm still in one. But if we get a pullback now with this hesitation here, I'd probably need to wait until 3330s, where VWAP is right now, for a buy.
Got it. Higher yield to equals lower stock prices equals NQ will be gonzos. Maybe NQ to new all-time highs. I've tried to put rationality into the markets, and every time I do, I get smacked around.
Yeah.
But yields was going one way this morning, the markets were going another, and as soon as that auction hit, then things changed.
Yep.
People, yeah. Burnt, where do you think I'm from? And what kind of accent do you think I have?
JD wants me to add to this gold trade. Yeah, okay, so here's what I'll do with gold. Yeah, I'll move my stop back where it's supposed to be, below VWAP. If we come back and hold this VWAP, then I'll add 33.37. I'll add there if it holds.
Utah cowboy. I'm from the Dakotas. You pronounce your G's?
Say bag.
Say bag. I don't know. Bag. Bag it and tag it.
All right, how do you say this word? I'm going to type it in the chat. How do you say that word?
Bagel?
Okay.
Or you want...
Cool.
I know some people say bagel. Bagel.
Bagel. My sister-in-law says bagel. She's from
I say,
Massachusetts.
I say
Bagel.
bagel. We're going to bag... That sounds so weird. I say bagel.
Yeah, it's a bagel.
Bagel.
All right, I am going to add to this gold trade. I'm back into 4 micros. My stop is going to be pretty tight on this. Break even stop on the rest of this position. Not adding any risk really at all. I was okay taking the one off, but I'm going to add there. There you go, JD. That was for you, JD.
All right, I'm curious to see how gold reacts here. If we get a bounce right
I was
back.
going to sell right to the stop.
How do I say tomato? Tomato, tomato. What is this stream turning into?
It's the delusion of being up too long. Nasdaq back down to VWAP here. Didn't tag it exactly, but that was within 5 points of it.
Order filled.
We can talk gorillas again. I had a worse accent. Grew up in a very small city, so you can imagine. I would say things like tooken. Nice ad.
Instead of taking. Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Nice ad.
see if we can actually break above these highs now, though. Could easily just reject there, which it looks like it's kind of doing. But no risk on the trade. I may want to get back. No. Yeah, this is going to stop me. I know. No follow through up above those highs there. And we're kind of extended from where I even thought the target was on this trade, so I would not be surprised to just get stopped out here.
Let's hear some Utah.
Order filled.
I can't even tell. Were you born and raised in New York?
Yep. Born in Brooklyn. Lived in Queens for a long time. Lived all over New York. Lived in Buffalo, which is upstate New York, basically Canada.
I was born and raised in Utah, and my family in the small town I grew up to, I can now notice that they have a really big, like a very thick accent when it comes to I don't the word I would use is not appropriate for on air, but small town accent, small town USA accent. Let's just say that. And then since I moved to the city, went to college, spent a lot of time on the educational side, and then in the business world, I've studied. I've spent time working on my English, on how to pronunciate things, and then been learning Spanish, and that's also changed the way I speak as well.
Derek says he's hearing some noise, like kids running around. There's no kids running around here. Might be the music that you're hearing. I don't know. Or maybe somebody's running around at your house.
I don't know. I can't hear it.
I can't hear anything either.
Someone says 200 lot at 21,190. Yeah, you're right. 21,189. We still have these big sellers coming into this market, Jay.
Yep, that 1,500 lot. They are happy right now.
Yeah, what does this chat think about that 1,500 lot now?
Wow. Just continuing to sell. Nasdaq keep breaking right through VWAP here.
Yeah, that's the target right there, that settlement price.
What was that,
target,
57s?
Yeah, it's a 56, 57. Target hit. I wish I was in that short, but that's okay. Who's ever hearing the kid sounds? Pack your stuff and get out now.
Yeah. If you do not have kids in your house and you hear kids running around, might be ghosts. I'm gonna get stopped out here. Or I could add more.
Just keep adding, man.
Best wing spot in Buffalo is definitely Duff's.
Yeah, there's a 100 lot now sitting at 168.75. So they're chasing this market, man. These big orders. Do we get a big continuation sell-off day tomorrow? Half the entertainment is just reading the chat.
Yeah, it really is. Chat, you guys make the show a lot of fun in between the trades. I'm stopped out there flat on that gold trade. If we pull back to this VWAP and hold, ideally, I want to get in a better entry than this VWAP, right? So this is ultimately where my trail target should have gone. I added to that trade to see if we can get an aggressive breakout. It didn't, so scratch on that. But if this holds, I still do like this uptrend. We're just getting a little extended for this move right now, so little pullback's okay.
Yeah, Nasdaq's just getting smashed back down.
Yeah, it is.
Man, those 80s were the play.
Nice call. But you saw something you didn't like, right? And so
yeah, I was just taking forever and impatient, I guess.
Yeah, it happens. No yen trades tonight? No, I mean, caught onto gold. So I'll look at 35 different markets, right? But once I catch one that's moving, I kind of just tunnel vision into that one. But the yen is a nice move also.
You say you look at 35 different markets?
No, that was a joke. I have 8 up right now.
Okay,
I have 7 up because the Knicks game is in front of one of them. But
all right, because I know Hoop looks at about that many.
Yeah, he's. If there's a market, Hoop is watching it.
Yes, he is. Is there a market that Hoop does not watch? Trading is owned by others. Nasdaq continuing to sell off.
Claude, you're right. You are right, Claude. Follow the volume.
All markets at all times.
All right, we're trading imbalances. Coach Paul said that to me after a conversation we had today. We are looking to trade imbalances wherever those imbalances are. That's where the opportunity is.
100%. Well, Jay, we're coming up to the end of class. Stop of the hour. I had the
One
one
quick
gold trade. You had your nice gold trade. We relaxed. It wasn't too crazy of a night. Nice slow markets. I can't complain. Tomorrow is Thursday. We have unemployment claims coming out. Any last words, Jay? And we could just close this baby up.
Trade well, manage your risk. Chris Velasquez. This is a fib tool. I just have 0, 50, and 100 selected. Trade well, manage your risk. I'll see you all on Top Step TV tomorrow. Dakota, Let's go kill it on fast markets.
Let's do it, man. New day. Take care. Bye.
Order filled.